Seeing that the appointed time has arrived, the chair, and seeing quorum, the chair opens up the Wednesday, September 4th, 2024 meeting of the Mashpee Planning Board. Being held here at Mashpee Town Hall, Wacoit Meeting Room, 16 Great Neck Road North, Mashpee, Massachusetts. We're being broadcast live on local channel 8, stream live on Mashpee, Town of Mashpee website, www.mashpee.ma.gov/channel-8. I'd like to thank everybody for your patience. It's 7:25. We had executive session that started at 6 o'clock, and we had town council, and that executive session went over, so I apologize for that. But I'd like to start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and join with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then we have a set of minutes from August 7th, 2024. Did people have a chance to look at them? I didn't have any comments or amendments. I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes of August 7th, 2024 as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have no public hearings. Is there anybody here from the public that would like to do public comment for an item that's not on the agenda?
I'm on the agenda though, right?
You're under Blue Castle Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll wait until that item.
Okay, thank you.
Old business, raise and replace bylaw amendment, neighborhood tours, and timeline for zoning amendments. So anyways, I haven't scheduled any neighborhood tours. I really haven't heard back from anybody.
Yeah.
So I have no
Talking
update on
about
that.
Pompanesett?
Pompanesett or any other neighborhood that feels they'd be impacted by raise and replace. And that's okay. We don't have to. We can go down there ourselves. Timeline for zoning amendments. I'm trying to schedule some time with Town Manager Rodney Collins regarding what to do about, we have a very draft proposed amendment to the zoning bylaw. We really need a planner to help us through that. I'd like to welcome Tom Fradella back. Tom has come out of...
anniversary as Mashpee Town Planner.
Tom was our original planner for the town. 40 years ago he started. He's come back as our consulting town planner while we're in search for a new town planner. So I want to thank Tom for doing that. Tom is on a part-time basis, so we have to be very conservative with his time. And right now, he hasn't been able to schedule in the raise and replace bylaw. So I'm going to talk to Rodney. Rodney's on vacation this week. I'm sorry I didn't do it before this meeting. But about resources on what to do, we have a couple of choices, right? We can do nothing and wait. Or I was thinking of asking Rodney if we can use some time with town council. They have land use attorneys to look at what we have and draft it up. But Rodney would have to approve that. So are those, unless, Tom, you do want to take a stab at it or not? You want to, okay, you want to wait, all right. I'm sure you'll read it and review
I
it.
can barely figure out whatever happened to all my files.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all
Yep, no.
disappeared.
So I'll do that. I think we should keep going forward.
Yep.
And so I'll ask Rodney if we can get some time with town council's land use division.
So this attorney that was here, she's not a land use attorney?
I think she is.
She is. Oh, but she's not a?
But I can't ask her to do the raise and replace bylaw. I have to go through Rodney. They have a whole team.
Oh, I know, it's a giant firm. We had them before in the 90s.
Yep. Yeah.
where
So
we
that's
got
my
to.
plan on that. Anybody have any comments on that?
On any of the things?
On the raise and replace?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this new.
Why don't you come up? And for the record, you have to say your name
Okay.
for our minutes.
My name is Carlos, 45 Hopewell Road. And I was just trying to get an understanding, is that a new bylaw coming in for a raise and replace?
There has been a proposal
Okay,
to amend our zoning bylaw with more text about when you want to raise and replace your home. So
okay,
if you're a pre-existing non-conforming home,
okay,
if you want to change things in a certain way,
okay,
it can trigger a trip to the zoning board of appeals,
yes,
right?
Okay.
For review of your proposal.
okay,
And that's a little time consuming,
Mm-hmm.
right? It can also be kind of, different things are happening on one street and there's no consistency,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also been, gonna say it out loud, lawsuits going on.
Oh, okay,
So there's some red flags going up that the planning department was approached about maybe rewriting that section of the bylaw to save people trips
okay.
to
Is
the
that a-
ZBA and add more consistency to the area.
Does the board has like a proposed language already?
We have a very draft.
Okay.
I
is
mean,
that-
I can get that to you if you want.
Okay, that'd be great.
Could you give your contact
Yeah, I'll give my
information?
contact to Tom. I
Okay.
have his email, and I have yours also. So
Yeah, okay.
We've been exchanging emails.
I appreciate
on another
that.
subject. I'll
Yeah,
send.
and I have a little packet that I can send you and bring you up to speed on that.
Okay, that'll be great. I appreciate
right.
it. Thank you.
Yeah?
Yep.
New business, a request to rename Wags Road to Prescott Drive.
Okay, just so you know, we got a request, you have it in your packet, the letter from David Hirsch. These are the people from E.J. Prescott, are the ones that you denied on Route 130. They found themselves in appropriate industrial zone, which is the former boat storage place behind the Stop and Shop gas station, and it has a street accessing it called Wags Road. They want to change that to Prescott Way, and in reaction to that, I've posted a public hearing, which the board has to have to change the name of a private street, and that's scheduled for 7/10 on the 18th.
Do we have to vote to set that time?
You can vote to agree to it, because it's
Yeah.
already posted.
So I take a motion to set this public hearing time to September 18th, 2024 at 7:10.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye. Okay. Can, I'm gonna
Jump-
give
jump
this, can you
here.
give that to Chrissy?
Yeah.
Just so that,
Yeah, you got a public hearing on Junquera, but not the 18th.
oh. So that's for your minutes, that's what we just,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
So, does that conflict with anything else?
No,
Okay.
you don't have any other public hearings scheduled for that date, so I use the usual 7:10.
Are we gonna, there's a remand coming to us?
Yeah, but you gotta post that for its own 14 days, so that's into October at least.
Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, see, it's the next item, I'm sorry, Karen. Remand us, next item, so is there anybody, I don't think we have any we need any comments on Wags Road public hearing, because you'll come back on the 18th if you have
Yeah,
any, all right.
that's when the public
New,
hearing is.
next item, remand of special permit decision, 474 Main Street and 31 Ashumet Road, schedule the public hearing.
That's not the one that is currently proposed to be remanded, though. That's the-
Yes.
Yes, it is.
The Willabend is the one, isn't it?
No?
No,
No.
No.
so it would have to be after the 18th.
Okay. You can't be on the 18th.
No,
Should we set the time for the next Wednesday?
You haven't got an application yet. Well, put it this way, you did get an application form, but you haven't got any materials. If you're supposed to start that de novo, then you need to get a new package of materials.
Should we set the?
What you
should-
have in your packets somewhere in here is the application form in remand from, signed by, just this afternoon by Christopher Corain.
Have you talked to them about completing the application?
No,
Okay.
all Chris did is drop off the application form, and
And there's nobody here representing 474 Main Street, 31 is Schumett Road, right? Okay. So could we make a motion to set the special permit, public hearing for the first Wednesday of October? Tom?
Don't we have,
Or
what is
could-
it?
could
We
we
have
al-
60 days from what date was it that she said that they?
August 1st or something.
But
Oh,
that
it's
was
first.
the other one.
Oh, that was the other one? I
So
got
should we
confused there.
authorize the town planner to post the required documentation for this item with this, with the public hearing on October 2nd, 2024 at 7:10?
You can always cancel.
Because we can always cancel it.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll authorize the town planner to post a public hearing for this matter on October 2nd,
This
2024
is
at
all we have,
7:10.
is the application signed by.
Provided the application is complete in time
Okay.
for the
Yes.
legal posting.
Second.
Who,
That's
okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So Tom, if all pistons fire right, you can, post that public hearing for 7:10 on October 2nd, okay? Thank you, Karen.
By the way, who are the applicants, the real applicants on that?
I don't know.
The engineers. Is there any-
Name of applicant, it's on there.
Well, the only contact information is for Corain's.
Yep.
Now, I'm not clear, so this one has already been adjudicated and it's coming back on remand, and we still didn't get a copy of the documents, which I asked her to email to everybody. We've not seen the basis for the remand.
I agree.
We haven't got that,
That's what I
but
asked
yet,
you.
here we are, starting a new hearing.
Did you ask for that, Karen?
I did ask for it. Oh, I asked Mary and she said she didn't have it.
This is all I got.
That's all we got.
Well, I asked for it specifically to be sent, emailed to me and all the members a couple days ago, and
Well, we
Never
just,
got it.
I think we should just make it a rule whenever we get a remand, we get a copy automatically.
well, you would think you would get informed by your counsel.
Tom, is that something that you can follow up with, the applicant with?
The applicant,
Yeah, Chris Corain?
follow up with their attorney, yeah,
Okay.
but should get a,
There's Rosh Hashanah on that day? So we can't do it then. I have this little note, cancel planning board meeting, and I was like, why? It's Rosh Hashanah. So we can't have it on that day.
So the 16th?
Yep.
October 16th, you said? Rosh Hashanah.
Yep. Rosh Hashanah is the 2nd, so you guys have to make a motion to change the public hearing date to the 16th.
So be.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And
definitely be easier
I
to
mean,
manage.
I'm gonna
in terms
recuse
of
myself
getting
from that
first.
vote, Chrissy.
7:10.
So it's now 7:10, October 16th.
Hopefully I won't be here anymore. Please hire someone.
Stop. All right. Next item, Charles Monner, request to remove a tree at 48 Greenleaf Lane, Wind Chime Point.
Yeah, you have a letter. There were some pictures that he brought in, but Mary had suggested that I schedule a viewing with Dennis, and I called you, Dennis, and I didn't get a response.
So
Go out and look at a tree.
I'd accept a motion to
Sign point.
authorize the consulting town planner and Dennis Balzerini to go and inspect this tree, and to make a decision whether to remove it or not, and if it's removed, to suggest a replacement.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
So when we gonna do this?
You have to do it with Tom.
I know, but when?
I'm working Friday.
All right, we'll do it Friday.
Want to do it around noon?
Yeah,
I
sounds
come
good.
in at 11:30.
If
I'll meet you here.
I might add about this,
Good question. Wow, yeah, meet in the middle. Okay, I just hope I don't forget, so let's email each other.
All right,
Meet at noon at the Windshine Point entrance.
okay.
Will you guys call Charlie? Eileen?
Probably send him an email since I don't have a phone number. Oh, yeah, I do. There's a big cell phone number. Okay, yeah.
So what were
I
you
just
saying?
want to say, because
Karen?
I've been over there a couple times with the prior town planner looking at trees. They are so lovely over there. They respect trees, and, you know, trees are my thing. And it's very nice. It's actually pleasant going over there. They're very agreeable, and they'll do whatever you say.
That's awesome.
Oh, let me tell you something I told Mr. Moner, though. I told him that we'd probably need the request to come from the head of the association.
Yeah? Well,
Because
you
he
can,
doesn't control the land that the tree is on.
Yeah, all right.
yeah, they
Oh,
have,
I'm still
you know, they
waiting.
do
That's
have
why,
that
that's why we're
committee.
still waiting. I'm still waiting for him to get back to me or for the association. Apparently, they have a 5 or 6 member council and there's no
You can go
formal
look
president.
at it and
but,
follow up with the paperwork afterwards. I mean, you're supposed to kind of
Yes.
bring it
Well,
back
we're supposed to
us.
invite them to the viewing, though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I leave that in your
that's what
capable
we're waiting
hands.
for, yeah. We're waiting
Okay.
for actual formal request from the
Okay.
association, or the, yes, condo
All right.
association.
So is there anybody here to talk about the tree at 48 Gold Leaf Lane? If not, I'm going to move on. Board Engineering Report, Casper Circle, final approvals, Evolution Developments, request for release of bond.
So there's, you have a series of letters here from Evolution Developments and,
Hi. Well,
A
well,
cop-
so I'm going to
a
recognize
copy
Tom
of
first,
the
then you,
form.
okay?
well, he'd be representing, yeah, he's, apparently, you took 2 hours to get here? You said you lived on Hoop Road, but bad traffic on 151 or what?
I guess it's a good question. Again,
Were
my
you
name.
Carlos Henzi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've been talking over emails. I'm Carlos Hanz. Good night, everybody. I have a house in Hoople Road, so that's why, but I don't leave on the Hoople Road, so that's why I said 2 hours, because I'm up, you know, like Boston. area.
Ashland?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, I think November 2nd, 2022, this board voted to take a bond on a street where we built 8 homes on Casper Circle. And we finished the road, submitted all the as-built, and I now requested to the board to release the bond. I think it was $58,500.
Now plus a
I've been
little interest, I guess.
talking with Ed, the town consultant engineer, I guess.
Yeah, you have a email back and forth in your packet
Yeah.
there as well as the
He
original
just sent
letter.
an email like about an hour ago that he reviewed the plan, Tom. Did you get that email? He reviewed the plan from
We were
Italy.
here in an executive session, you don't get email in here.
Yeah, so I have his email here. So he reviewed the plan and he accepted. So there's no further changes on the plan. And he's recommending the board to release the bond. I have his email on my phone. I think he emailed Mary, Tom, basically a chain.
Sorry, hold on. Let me
Yep,
see
you
if I
can
can
check.
pull it up.
It's there, so.
I think, Carlos, we got the as-built, the board members got the
Yeah.
as-built, but we didn't get,
Right, there was
Okay.
a condition
yeah, I know the
on that.
condition.
As I had it as of this afternoon, you have the emails, there were,
So this is
Ed
from
saying,
Ed Pesci.
Since he's on
Yep.
vacation, blah, 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 I recommend that you vote to release the surety, subject to the receipt of a final as-built plan.
Yeah.
And he says he reviewed a draft as-built plan this week, and Oh, the final one is in preparation. I
This is
know.
one of them.
Simply recommending that you
Just sent
vote to
one an hour
release the
ago.
surety
You got a
subject
later
to the
one.
release of
Yep.
and his satisfactory review and approval of the final as-built plan.
Yep.
If you agree, this would allow the final release of the surety to be withheld until the as-built plan is satisfactorily completed, and it would not require applicant to have to appear at another future meeting.
So then you emailed the as-built, right?
Yes.
And then at 6:46 PM today,
Whoa,
From Italy.
what's that?
from Italy, it says, "Hello, Mary and Tom. Greetings from Italy. This final as-built adequately addresses all my previous comments regarding the as-built plan. I would recommend approval of this plan and approval of the surety release for Casper Circle Division. Thank you, Ed Pesci."
Yeah, that's the email.
He didn't mention a date on the plan, did he? We're still talking about the September 3rd plan?
Motion?
No, wait, he's asking me a question.
Was it night 324?
Well, you know, like I'm, like on my phone, do I know how to look at? Trying to find the date of the plan.
Right here, is that night 24?
No, it's, the date on the plan is September 3rd.
Yep, was yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I said, it's 9/3/24. It's right on the plan.
Oh,
Yep.
so it's the plan dated yesterday,
Yeah, that's the one he's referring.
9/3, 2024, Tom.
I was just checking to see if Ed had mentioned the date. in his
No, he
approval.
just referred to the attachment to the email, and that plan on the email is dated 9/3/2024.
Okay.
That's exactly, yeah. That's the only attachment was there.
So is that enough, Tom, for you to recommend that we also recommend that we release it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd take a,
The amount was $58,500. And I'm not sure if there's any interest on it. It was put into a savings account by the town treasurer. And there's also another 5,000 and odd dollars that Evan's been collecting to pay for Ed Pesci, although nothing's been spent out of that amount, and that's.
for this Casper Circle?
Yes, and that's also, it's account 734404, $5,013.62, although it's a little bit higher than that right now with interest.
That sound
That
familiar?
started out as a $5,000.
I never got an invoice. I don't know anything about it. This is first that I,
Well, let's take a vote to,
Well, somebody asked you to give them a check for $5,000.
no, nobody asked.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the money's there.
well, why don't we, I'd entertain a motion to release the surety for Quashnet Valley Casper
Forget
Circle.
about the 5,000, because
Did it come
theoretically,
out
that's supposed
of
to pay
this
for
a
Ed.
surety?
What's that?
Did Evan take it out of a surety?
No.
No, he can't do
The
that.
$58,500 is totally separate from the $5,000 that he's been asking for people to
So
submit.
I'm gonna take a vote on the 58,500
That's the
first.
security for the completion of the subdivision, yes.
So-
Just a question. Was this 5,000 that I paid back then?
Back, I assume I wasn't here, but I mean, it's in the
I don't-
accounts that
yeah, I don't
his
remember.
former secretary, who no longer works for the planning department, pointed out to me this afternoon.
So how do I resolve this 5,000 after?
I'm gonna resolve the 58,500 first,
Okay,
Big one.
okay?
yeah.
So I'll entertain a motion.
Now, I gotta tell you about the way this works, though. All right, to release the performance guarantee, we need a statement by registered mail from the applicant that construction has been completed, sent to the town clerk and the planning board. And,
I'm sorry,
The
Tom.
as-built is not good enough?
no, the as-built is just the
I-
last question that
Okay.
that was
We're
required by.
gonna do that
by
as a condition.
Ed, but
I have, Ed asked me to send a letter,
You need to
a
send
letter company.
a registered letter to the town clerk and to the planning board.
I sent that because Ed asked about 2 weeks ago.
You did?
Was that supposed to be in the
Yes.
packet?
Oh, you have a copy of it? Because I haven't seen it anywhere, and I wasn't.
Oh, I have it here.
Physically?
Oh, I don't have it physically, but I sent over email because that's how it was requested. I think I sent to,
Well, it says registered mail on the
it cannot be like a PDF? I
statement of
wasn't
completion.
aware of it.
Yeah. I wasn't either until I turned the form over this afternoon and said, what the heck?
Yeah.
And that was, we were already closed by then.
I don't,
You were
let's
on the
see.
road. So what you can do is, we may have to get that done, and then the town clerk has to sign off that she received it and sign it, and then the consulting engineer has to sign it, and then the planning board can sign it.
So Ed has
I
signed.
think comes out of this is that, let's have the planning board sign it tonight, so you guys don't have to do anything in the meeting, and we'll get the rest of the signatures in due course following this process.
Okay. So can we make the motion that on the condition that the town receives a registered or certified letter? Or should we just take a vote to release the 58,500?
No, I put that condition in there,
Okay.
so we actually get it. 'Cause
On the
that's rest-
condition.
That's the rest, that's the only way the town clerk's gonna sign off on it, so.
On the condition that the applicant submits a registered or certified letter, registered or certified written statement that the said construction or installation secured by the performance guarantee has been completed in accordance with said rules and regulations of, I think it's the planning board,
Your subdivision rules and regulations, yeah.
quote, titled "The Statement of Completion." Okay, is received by the town. The planning board authorizes the release of the 58,500. Sorry. Surety guarantee related to the Quashnet Valley Casper Circle subdivision. Is that good enough?
Sure.
Do you have to
Okay.
mention incidental interest on that?
And any interest that may.
And any
All right, interest.
interest accrued?
Interest, yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
So be.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And, for some reason, I don't have one that's not stapled to the correspondence, so if you could just pluck a couple of those off and sign a few of them around the table there.
Okay, I wrote on mine.
It wasn't in my
Karen,
packet.
you all have one. You got one, Rob.
I don't sign it, though. I'm not hearing this one.
I know, but we could use yours. That's what I mean. Like,
didn't get it.
need to take it off the back of the letter
oh,
here,
oh.
so there's something
It's
for the
on
members to
this.
sign.
Oh, we could use,
Yeah.
So, do we all sign it?
Yeah. There's room for five, it must be signed by majority of the board.
So I'll,
And how many copies do you want?
Give me three.
And is it at its, do we sign it at this section, reduction of the special, of the performance
No,
guarantee?
not reduction, no, back page, back side,
back of the bottom of the back.
back, yes. Based on the representation, the applicant's statement of completion and certification of the board's consulting engineer, planning board voted to release the remaining performance of guarantee of this meeting of blank. Don't fill in the date.
Okay. It's in there. Yep,
That one, where is it?
yep, it's in there. It's in that packet. Nope, that stapled packet.
Yeah.
There it is,
Back-
there it
back
is,
of
I
that
can
one.
see it.
So that one, that first
Very,
staple
very
thing.
back.
But we only need one though. 'cause it's
Oh, I'm looking for three.
He wants three.
Oh,
If I gotta get town clerk to sign one, she's gonna hang on to one, I gotta get one to the treasurer, I gotta
How
probably
many
get
do you
one
have
to the
now?
applicant.
Two?
Yep.
And then you can say this will be the third one.
Yeah, as far as this part goes. Gotta send that letter, though.
I always,
All right,
I always
so,
remember.
Thank everyone.
You know
No,
what?
no, always, whenever she watches us, she goes, all you people have is paper all around you.
you want one? I mean,
No, we got 3 going.
yeah, 3? Okay.
I still need to sign 2 of them.
Oh. You wanna hand that over to Rob? 'Cause you can-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't sign,
You don't want to.
Thought it would be,
that's
but-
fine.
no, well,
It's
I'm
good you
not
got
on,
the signature.
I haven't been
That's
seated.
the toughest thing is to
Okay.
schedule a meeting with the
Oh, I
planning
wasn't
board, you know,
seated.
they have
Right.
one for another 2 weeks.
So that one for you, and then
Okay.
Dale needs to sign this one.
How's the traffic anyways?
Bye, Carlos, nice
How does it
meeting
come
you.
down?
Okay.
And that one is Dale.
Me?
That's Dale.
Seems like we signed 20 of them already. Okay. That way.
So that's our reporter.
Oh.
Let's scooch in on. I don't know if that's gonna, thank you.
Look like a little kid.
All right,
Drives me crazy, Evan didn't seem to have folders for anybody or anything.
I think everything was like electronic.
Yeah, which is hard to sign.
Yeah. I know.
All right.
Okay. So engineers report Casper Circle, final approval, we've already done that. Okay. Blue Castle Drive, letter to,
Now, this is
Laurent
different,
from-
this is different than Tim. This was a letter that came from the residents of the subdivision.
Right. Castle
That's the
Drive
one
is
addressed
private
to
property.
Lauren.
I'm here to,
Yeah, but this, I got you on the agenda separately, so hang on, Tim.
all right, I'll speak during the public comment then.
No, you're on the agenda.
I mean, I want to speak about the.
well, let's go down
Well,
to town
just-
planner
just-
report.
Just look at what you've got here. You've got a letter that was addressed by the Aqua Highland residents to Catherine Lawrence relative to the condition of Blue Castle Drive and asking you to force the developer to fix it. And it's got some pictures attached. And it also has, let's see, where is it? Now, somewhere in the paperwork here, there's also a petition from those same people.
That's Casper Circle.
Here we go, yeah. There's also an email headed dilapidated portion of Blue Castle Drive, please help. And attached to that should be the petition. Whatever, there's a petition from all the 10 residents in that subdivision asking you to,
Okay, so there were 2 stapled documents
yep,
in our packet about this matter.
yep.
One is the August 20th, 2024 letter addressed to Catherine Laurent.
Yep,
And then there's
some
an
pictures.
email from Kenneth Roth dated 8/27/2024. Is that what you're talking about? Dilapidated portion of Blue Castle
Yeah,
Drive?
yeah.
Okay. So can we
Address the edge.
do this together, or you want to do these separately?
No, these are both regarding the same issue.
Okay.
But for some reason, I don't know why you don't have the petition attached in there. Maybe they're going to make,
The dilapidated portion of Blue Castle?
one or the other one had a petition from all the residents attached to it. yeah.
No, the tripartite agreement
I thought this
cover
was a done
this.
deal.
All right, so I'm gonna open up the following 2 items at the same time.
2 items?
Yeah.
Because Tim's
The
item
blue-
is totally different.
Okay.
The one I have on the agenda.
I have
What I put on the
interest in
agenda
whole
was,
road, sir.
yeah, no, but you can talk about that. The other thing, and just so you know, is about the one where you wanted to create a subdivision, that discussion we had.
That's one of the issues I'm
Yeah.
here for tonight,
Th-
yes.
that's-
Do you
that's- so
have,
that's
do
a
you have
separate item.
Catherine, the letter addressed to Catherine Laurent?
On my phone, I forgot to bring it.
Oh, no, okay. So why don't you come up I did recognize him, Tom.
Right.
Why don't you,
Let's keep in mind, though, it's from the residents of the subdivision, which he is not.
but isn't he in a butter?
He's in a butter, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you want to bring us through this letter? Do we have anything that we need to take action on?
Read through the
Okay.
letter to Catherine, and you'll see what their issue is.
We live in the Aquay Highland Development, and we represent all 10 of the current homeowners in the development. It is the consensus opinion of all the homeowners that the current state of the unpaved portion of Blue Castle Drive between Great Neck Road South and the start of the subdivision is unacceptable, unfit for travel, and in dire need of major upgrade by the developer. Since the development has not been turned over to the homeowners, the developer is responsible for upgrading them and maintaining the road as established in the Mashpee Planning Board Special Permit dated 6/11/2014, Section 5, Conditions, Paragraph 9 and 10, Public Safety Mitigation. And it tells us where we can find that in the Registry of Deeds. A modification was added to this document on 12/18/2018 because upon inspection by Charlie L. Riley, who was our previous engineer, it was determined that the road had not been upgraded as required. We are unsure if this was ever upgraded to meet all the conditions outlined in the modified special permit decision, and we are unaware of any follow-up inspection by the town. This is why we are bringing this to your attention and hope you can help. So it talks about the condition of the road. These photos were taken August 17th, 2024. It's hard to navigate at night or in rainy conditions. Most of us are absolutely shocked that the town did not require the developer to fully pave the road, as was unanimously recommended by the Plan Review Committee and the Design Review Committee in the Special Permit Decision, Section 4, Findings, Paragraph 19. As it is the primary emergency access to the majority of homes in the development. When many of us signed our purchase and sales agreement, it seemed obvious that the entire Blue Castle Drive would be paved beginning at the entrance of Great Neck Road South. So they have a petition which was accidentally not here. But
I
let's just,
can run downstairs and make copies.
I think we can just assume that all 10 households signed it.
Oh, yeah.
We have
Except for Mr. Jacques Moran, he did not sign it.
Oh, he's an owner too, right?
He
Thank
still
you.
owns a home on Blue Castle Drive.
Thank you. We have a,
Does he own 4 lots, or somebody said?
He has 3 undeveloped lots, which in the code book, it says if a permit has not been worked on within 6 months, that permit shall be null and void.
It's 2 years.
well,
You sure those
Two-
are the
Oh,
open
2
space
years?
lots?
for a
Oh, it's
special,
been way over 2 years
I
then.
know.
but he already, well, anyway.
So I don't know what
I'm
he's
not
gonna
gonna
do.
say anything about that.
So I don't know what Mr. Moran's gonna do about,
Oh, can I finish?
his new application or anything, but, I just wanna bring that to,
Right.
the floor.
Okay, so their feeling is that it should be paved. As again, this was, okay, we have obtained an estimate of about $60,000 to pave this.
In the special conditions, I guess he's supposed to regularly maintain this road?
So this letter is from Tom McNabb and Ken Roth. Okay. So do you want to go next? Because then we'll talk about it.
Well,
too.
I'll just introduce myself. My name's Timothy Michael Dorsey. I'm a resident of Blue Castle Drive, 86 Blue Castle Drive, and here we are.
So do you agree with this letter?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so our tripartite agreement is done, right?
I have a question, though. I understand there was a bond, and there was $100,000 left on the table. Has Mr. Moran been released that $100,000?
Under the tripartite?
I think we released everything.
I think that's gone.
That's gone, we released it.
How can it be released when many of the special conditions have not been met.
Like what?
It's not under the.
Like stop sign, all right, let me point it out to you. It took 9 years to get 2 carriage road signs put on Carriage Road. It was, a couple months ago, they put the signs up, they put the wrong name up. And then they re-put signs up, the right name. There's no stop signs, there's no speed limit signs. At the intersection of Carriage Road and DeGrasse Road, there's supposed to be a 3-way intersection there with stop signs. On DeGrasse Road, there's supposed to be a mechanical speed limit sign, and also the conservation buffers in between the homes. There's a lot of issues with those also that have not been resolved. So I don't understand how the bond has been released. Could anybody explain
The
that to me, please?
tripartite, I don't know what bond you're referring to. The
Mr. Jock Moran,
The
with the
tripartite
tri-power
agreement.
agreement between himself, his institution, and the town of Mashpee, which
the
I asked for a copy of the tri-power agreement. I sent Mr. Fidella a request for a copy of the tri-power agreement that the town entered into, and I'm yet to receive. If you look at your email, you'll see it.
It was in one of our publicly posted agenda packets. I've seen it.
What was that?
That tripartite agreement was part of one of our meeting packets that was posted.
That's the agreement that the town had to build the 14 homes in the
We
subdivision.
determined that the, I'm so sorry, that the developer had complied with that agreement, and we couldn't not sign it. We couldn't release them. I mean, we
I
could not.
don't see the stop, the 3-way stops signs.
It might, I don't think that was under, it was
it's
not
written
covered
down-
under the tripartite agreement.
In the special
If
conditions of
there's
the
a special
permit.
condition, yeah, if there's a special
Oh,
condition,
there's 2 different things?
the tripartite agreement did not cover every single condition in the special permit.
But the special permit had these conditions,
2019.
Okay,
and
so
they
if,
have not been met.
if there's a condition that hasn't been met, this board will catch it if they come back to modify it. If you need that enforced, I believe that's the building commissioner.
Well, you might want Ed Pesci to go and,
He has.
He did.
He's been there.
Everything's
okay.
fine.
And
And unfortunately, he's not here today because he's in,
Venice.
but he's been through this time and time again. We sent him out there spending town money to help resolve this.
And could I say something, Mary? My
Yeah.
recollection is that Moran did fix the road some months ago, but this is palliative. It continues to degrade. I mean, you've got nothing going here, just repair, repair, repair. It needs to be paved.
Well,
and-
but that was not, the
No.
planning
Wasn't in
board
the deal.
determined that it did not have to be paved, and the
No, no.
condition on them was that the homeowners association
But pick it up.
and it would pick up the maintenance of that road once
Mr.
once a
Jock
year.
Moran's in charge of the homeowners association.
Yeah, that's the part that's, the legal part.
And I understand why you don't want to join the
Not a
homeowners
majority.
association, because you wouldn't have majority vote. He
I'm not
would-
in that
No,
subdivision.
I know, but they would,
I abut
Warren
it.
would overrule. But it looks like
At the time, the
you
people
need to
didn't
get
want
this
do
road
the
paved, because you're gonna be fighting this battle continually. And
Well, is the town gonna pay for the paving?
No.
No, you
No.
guys gotta pay.
Is Jock Moran gonna pay for the paving?
Oh,
No, he's not
never
required
Okay,
to.
so that's a mute point.
yeah.
Yeah, all he was required to pay was the roads in his subdivision, Carriage and then the piece of Blue Castle where his lots are. And then he had to pave the end of the road. where
In front of the 2 homes there, that was kind of strange that they got to have in front of their homes paved.
Well, it was just because of the drainage situation there, and it was actually relocated. It wasn't
yeah.
where the road used to be. It was, remember, it was moved to the south into the layout, because it wasn't in the layout. It was-
Right.
was on Ernie's property. So,
So the people that wrote to Catherine Laurent, our director of DPW, also wrote to the engineer, our engineer.
Yeah.
And
At the time,
that email was August 27, 2024. I don't think Ed responded to that. So I think what's gonna happen is Ed will respond to that when he gets back.
yeah. But I
That's-
don't know what we can do. I mean, we already signed off on this.
Well, there's
That
some
had
things
nothing
that
to do
aren't,
with this road. The
At the time, they
tripartite.
didn't want to pay to do the
No, I
road.
understand.
They asked.
They should have paved and made it
Oh, we don't want it, we like it natural.
Yeah.
Now they
I
want
remember
the
that.
town to pay for
I
it.
remember that.
I remember that.
They really should have read the fine print on the contract to purchase the home.
right.
So it's basically on the homeowners that bought the homes. It was in their contract. Now, Mr. Jacques Morin is in charge of the homeowners association.
Right.
And the residents that bought homes will not accept the takeover of the homeowners association because everything that he hasn't met all his obligations, according to the conversation I had with a few of the homeowners this afternoon.
That has nothing to do with us.
Some of the things you mentioned were not conditions of the
Yeah.
special permit for that.
Well, I happen to have
The three-way stop signs at Carriage Shop and DeGrasse, that was not a requirement, it was just the one stop sign on Carriage Shop.
did I make that up,
There
sir?
were two, yeah, and there were two other locations where stop signs were required further up DeGrasse Road.
I have it in black and white. Next time I come in, I'll give you a copy of it,
I'll make a
Tom.
copy in the office for you.
Okay. I don't know if
But, the
it, has it
other
been
thing you
modified,
mentioned,
the
flashing
conditions?
sign, that was a sign that was to be paid for and provided to the police department. And what happened with that is that, at the time, Chief Rodney Collins determined that he wanted to get a bigger and better sign, so he used that money towards the bigger and better sign that he's using in other parts of the town. It wasn't required to be on that street the whole time, so they did pay for that.
Okay,
And the final thing was the oyster, money for oysters.
I have a quick question. Mr. Rodney Collins took the funds for the electronic speed limit sign, and he did what with it?
He bought a bigger and better one.
And
Put the
did-
money towards that bigger and better one.
And where is that sign?
It goes all
You know,
over town.
moves around town.
So he took the funds that, for Aquay Highlands subdivision, for the speed limit sign, and put it somewhere else?
That's what it was
It was
for.
not
Supposed to cycle
required to
through
be
and
used
come
Is this-
on
is-
DeGrasse Road. It was just required to be purchased for the police department.
No, 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 no.
it's supposed to be in their neighborhood for part of the time. But you move them around so that they're more effective, you know?
Well, there
So
was,
it's supposed to spend part of the time in your neighborhood.
for 14 months, every deeded property owner on Blue Castle Drive came into this room right here and was against this housing project being put in the middle of Blue Castle Drive, private property with 1 acre zoning. The surrounding neighborhood, DeGrasse Road, also came in every day complaining about this, the traffic that was gonna flow out of Carriage Road onto DeGrasse Road, and the concession was a mechanical speed limit sign and a 3-way stop sign at the intersection of Carriage Road and DeGrasse Road. I'm not imagining things.
Thought it was
This
just
is
one
truth.
stop sign, but-
I can bring in written affidavits by everybody on DeGrasse Road to this effect.
No, all we need to do is look at
Would
the
want me
special
to
permit.
go and make a copy of the special
Yeah.
permit so you can review that?
It's on the
Has the
special.
special permit ever been modified?
No,
No, not for that
Okay.
project, no.
no.
Let me
We-
get that.
Make a
I'll-
copy of the
I'll-
tri-power agreement for me too while you're down there, please.
I don't know where it is or what it is. All I have is a release of the tripartite agreement that's in the folder here. This was the planning board releasing the tripartite money.
I want all the documentation between the town, Jacques Morin, and his financial institution, this tri-power agreement. I'd like all the documentation. I'm making a request formally right now for it.
So you have to do that to the town clerk.
Okay, I will.
So you want the special permit?
I want the tri-power agreement,
Tripartite agreement,
yes.
right?
All the documentation that goes along with it in writing, I'm requesting.
Yeah. I mean, you can ask for all the correspondence between the town and Jacques Morin.
I'm really not asking, I'm demanding it.
No. In your request, it's your right
Yep,
to get, to do that. That would be an extensive, request, and there might be a charge for that.
You're gonna be paying for it.
So,
I'll pay for it. I'll get my money
just,
back.
you know what I mean? Just ask for what you really need, that's all. That's all my advice.
I want everything on it.
Yep.
Mr. Dorsey?
Yes, ma'am.
I can tell you with absolute certainty that this issue about the unpaved road was not a condition in the tripartite
It
agreement.
really doesn't concern me, it concerns the homeowners, and they have petitioned the board, and they stated, in the petition, they stated quotes of the special permit. I don't have my phone with me, I received an email from Tom, with the letter. I read the whole letter, they quoted a bunch of, they quoted a bunch of stuff to back their, claim up. So,
All right, so while Tom's researching that, can stay right there. Report on, chair's activities. Okay. All right, so So I emailed the Cape Cod Commission,
Okay.
okay? They have received the draft of the LCP.
Oh, good.
They're gonna give us comments as to whether the draft LCP meets their standards within 30 days.
We should have been doing
Okay.
every chapter.
So we know that it was submitted
Right.
and they're working on it, so that's good. Again, I'm trying to make a meeting with Rodney Collins for three things, right? To get resources to finish out our raise and replace work, the HPP, and the LCP,
All right.
okay? And I've been talking to him about how to recruit a new town planner. I've asked them to reach out to local schools, because schools post jobs for their alumni.
That's what was going on.
Yeah, that's my phone,
silence it.
sorry. So anyways, so that's what's happening. Yeah.
I have a big question that we're
I'm
asking,
gonna-
I'll wait
I'm-
for Tom.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, and that covers the next item, planning department staff. We don't have an administrative assistant either. So just, I beg of everybody, just, conserve Tom's time, as much as possible. Because he is very busy in just reacting to the applications and requests coming in. What's nice is he is being asked about, new development at our industrial areas.
Right.
Somebody talked to him about an indoor golf
And-
facility.
Yeah.
And we also know about the indoor pickleball
Yeah.
court. So that's a very interesting way to use our industrial
In a
space.
sports bar also.
So, anyways, he is getting inquiries about new development in town, which is good for our tax generation. All right. Yes, response to request for legal services regarding a previously endorsed A&R at Sandalwood. I think what I'm gonna do is take those minutes for that, meeting and send it to those people that live on Oyster Way,
All right.
right? So, we did discuss it, and I just have to,
Keep it on the schedule, though?
no,
Oh.
that, I just have to do it.
Okay.
So what I have to do is I have to follow up with the people that came to testify about that and get that,
All right.
our minutes when we discussed it. They didn't come to the next meeting. So I have to send that to them, okay? And same thing with the attractive nuisance. I was talking to Chrissy. She's gonna help me find the minutes that got approved about, remember those people came
Yes.
and they
Yep.
testified? And I have to send that to the building commissioner. I have to do those two things. Okay. And then the clean water update. First of all, there was a scheduled presentation about Mashpee Wakeby Pond for the 26th, and that got postponed.
All right.
So anyways, once I know that gets rescheduled, is it Eric Eichner from UMass Dartmouth?
I think so.
He's taking over that work.
All right, yeah, all right.
So it's probably more extensive than his department thought, you know, so, or other things are going on. But I know that, the town manager's office is trying to reschedule that, so I'll keep that. You guys updated, and then in your packet is the draft warrant for October 21st. So annual town meeting is Monday, October 21st.
It's not in my packet. I definitely didn't get it.
Your packet that you got today?
No, the packet that was sent, that I picked up.
Okay. It was probably in your packet that was here today. Did you get one that was
Yeah.
printed here today? And that does sometimes happen, Karen. I sometimes, print out the packet, and then when I get here, it's something that is a little different.
That's not it. Is this mine? Is this yours?
That's Mike's and mine. I've like completely scrambled mine. Here, sorry.
Thank you.
So anyways, there are some clean water things on here. There's some open space purchases. There's some handwritten notes on here, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like a lot of things were removed. I didn't go to this meeting.
So we don't have nothing on it?
Well, looks like there's Article 1 is still on it, which is the 10% set aside for the community preservation funds. Every year, we set aside 10% of our receipts into 10% into affordable housing, 10% into open space, 10% into historic. Looks like Article 2 was removed. Article 3 would be a purchase of open space. So wouldn't Article 4. Article 5 had to do with a permanent full-time employee for the facilities wastewater operator for the wastewater treatment plant. That's on hold. I guess that was removed. Same thing for Article 6. Article 7 is just a reauthorization of some funds to keep some of our sewering initiatives and studies going forward. So that's still on there. Article 8 is still on there. Again, kind of the same thing. It's to do with wastewater planning. Article 9,
Same thing.
kind of the same thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a very quick, it might be historically the shortest town meeting ever.
10 is
Article
on, I think.
10 is, huh?
I think 10 is on.
10 is on, that's money for, again, some more wastewater planning. And then Article 11 is a road taking. That's not the road taking that you're concerned about, no.
No.
So it might be super short. Anyways, but it is important because there is some clean water stuff on there.
I think Tom fell asleep.
We lost Tom. Town planner report, I'll just again, the LCP. It's under review by the Cape Cod Commission. It's gonna need some work when it gets back to us. Okay, next one, the housing production plan. So, with the help of our citizen housing person, Lynn Barbie, who's in the audience, Lynn's been helping me kind of schedule meetings of our Affordable Housing Committee. And so when I go to what I think is gonna be the meeting date and time, the meeting hadn't been posted or was canceled or something like that. So I've been trying to go for 2 months to the housing committee, and I think I might, I might put that on the list with Rodney to see if he can call the chair and see what's going on. So it's kind of hard to find out what's going on with the HPP without a planner and without an affordable housing committee that's meeting. So that's my update. I hate to say it. It's very close.
I have a question about this.
Okay.
I've been thinking, I was wondering, every time somebody got a permit, could we charge, like, if it's a $1,000 permit, they have to pay $25. If it's
So,
and
you
just put it
can't
for
charge a
affordable housing.
fee like that. What you can't charge a fee like that. What you can do is adopt inclusionary zoning.
I'm just trying to think of get some
Yeah,
money.
you can do inclusionary zoning where if you build X amount of units, you have to start providing affordable housing,
All right,
right? In the town I work for, the trigger is 5 units. In most towns, it's 10 units.
10 units.
Right? I don't, if the AG said 5 units is a trigger, I don't know why 1 unit wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, we're always
So-
talking about housing.
It's something to think about, but remember, we had that big, long meeting with town council, because we were trying to get developers to kick in for our wastewater infrastructure, and he said that would be a fee. If you did a special permit, you can say, well, you have to contribute to the wastewater program,
Can't you
or
put like mitigation money though?
it has to be a special permit,
I'll be right.
yeah. It can't be a building permit,
All right,
unless we say that we have inclusionary zoning starting with 1 unit. And I doubt that will pass. Tell me, I'm ready to go there with you, Dennis,
I'm just
but,
trying to think of get some money. Even use it for people to upgrade their septic system. There's a lot of people that won't be able to afford it. And I'd like to get some money in the town that can give a 0 interest loan.
right. So what we did is, we did get awarded almost $500,000 of federal funds. And I'm on that little action committee it's Alan Isbitz, Michaela Wyman Colombo, and myself. And I think Arden Cadron, Russell sometimes advises with us. It's CDBG money, it's Community Development Block Grant money from US HUD. And the town manager's office is going to issue an RFP for a consultant to manage it.
Oh, good.
Okay, but we used a citizen group, to help staff submit it to the state. It's federal money through the state. We got almost $500,000 to do exactly that.
All right.
Homeownership rehab and sewer hookups.
Good.
So,
It's a start.
we got that done,
Yeah.
But I think that once we do the HPP, we can look at the zoning
All right. And
stuff, and one of the zoning pieces is inclusionary zoning. And see, we have inclusionary zoning in the subdivision law, right? If you hit 10 units when you're creating lots, you have to create one affordable lot or one affordable home or something, right? And we've done that.
Right.
Remember, I think it was this one.
Little castle.
One of the lots is supposed to be a Habitat house.
It is.
So that worked, but I always wanted it just town-wide.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about inserting it in all the different parts of the bylaw. It's just town-wide. Whoever creates 5 new units at one time,
That's the easiest way to do it.
yeah, has to start donating affordable housing, so.
Okay?
All right, we're still on, okay, board member committee reports. So Cape Cod Commission, the one Cape is September, I think, 18th and 19th. Rob is going both dates, and I'm going on the 18th. And I'm gonna have a Town of Mashpee sticker. Okay, you won't be alone. And they're reviewing our LCP. Charter Review Committee, who wants to hear the gossip?
Gossip or results.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
All right,
I thought there
so
was-
we have new town council, right? We were meeting with her today in executive session. There is an opinion that to make some of the changes that we're proposing for the charter, they're significant, like big changes, and we would actually have to get
Town approval.
the 1,500 or the 15% of registered voters to sign a petition to create a committee to elect a commission. So, I know, so the smaller changes, like wherever it says Board of Selectmen, changing that to the Select Board, those would probably be no problem. But the larger ones, like, you know, for example, making a board that's now appointed to an elected board, that would be significant, and that might mean a much longer
Or
process.
the opposite, somebody that elected be appointed.
Right,
Okay, because that's the one that I didn't like
yes.
on the thing.
And I have been representing you faithfully. Even though I disagree with the majority of the planning board, I'm representing you guys faithfully. So, and that's the town clerk. So
Yeah.
the planning board has made it very clear that they support having an elected
Yes.
town clerk. So anyways, it might not even be on the table with a committee.
Oh.
A commission may need to be elected for, so I don't know what's going to happen. Stay tuned. Okay, Community Preservation Committee, we're working hard. Oh, our public meeting is September 19th at 6:30.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep. So,
did you find them?
all right, so anyways, we're doing, we're down to board committee reports. So September 19th, put this on your calendar, everybody, at 6:30, the Community Preservation Committee is having a public hearing. So it's our annual public hearing, so please come and let us know what you, what you think we should spend community preservation money on, or if you think one of the eligible uses of the money is more important than the other ones.
Right.
Is it affordable housing or community housing? Affordable housing / community housing? Is it open space, recreation, historic preservation? So tell us your ideas and what you think is the most important thing to spend the money on. Okay, that's Community Preservation Committee, and we're
Can I-
still working on the acquisition of 2.
Well, we're on CPC, 475 Nathaniel. Can anybody go down there and look at it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what I didn't want to go on private properties. That's what it is now.
I don't know, Lynn, do you think he should call?
Jamie?
475 Nathaniel. Has that
Nathan
long
Ellis.
driveway.
The little cottages there are being rented out, so there may be people there. Now that it's September, maybe they're not, but over the summer, they were renting out those little cottages. You can drive down there and if you see somebody, just say, oh, sorry, I'm not gonna stick around, right?
Do you think he should go with you, or, do you think he should go with you, or?
Well, I mean, I'd be happy to go with you, but, I mean, we've been told from the CPC that it was fine for.
CPC members to go.
But he's planning board.
Well, why don't you and Lynn go together?
I was just gonna casually walk
Yeah,
the
I think
property.
I'd be more comfortable if you and Lynn went together.
Okay.
And,
Well, I can ask him if it's okay.
Dale looks like, do you wanna go see it too?
I do,
All right,
I don't have, don't worry about it.
so,
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd check it out.
It's okay.
yeah, yeah, I'll,
Because if he says, oh, there's people staying there, then you'll say no.
I'll start an email thread so everybody has their, so you'd like to see it, Dennis, did you wanna go see it?
I don't get it.
Yeah, you've already
I've seen
seen
it.
it,
I've
okay.
seen it too, I've been.
I'll start an email thread.
Okay.
Just so, and I'm sure everybody will say, yeah, sure, I just wanna check in with him first, all right. It's spectacular. I mean, of course, the building is not.
Yeah,
but
right.
the-
But it could be.
You know, it's the southernmost part of John's Pond, and
I've seen it
it's
online.
beautiful.
What it feels like is here, it's the middle of a commercial area, and you just drive down this driveway, and all of a
It's
sudden,
amazing.
this gorgeous
Yeah.
beach in the back of this
Really nice,
fourplex
amazing.
opens up, and you say, boy, would I like to live here.
It's
It's that beautiful.
it's really, keeping it simple has preserved it. So the purchase will preserve it even more. So, all right. Thanks, Rob, for bringing that up. Design review.
Design review has been very quiet. There will be a meeting next Tuesday on a kids' store.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Plan review, no report. Environmental oversight.
We did meet, last Monday. Yeah, we met last Monday. So I've been sitting on this for a while now, but we haven't had too many meetings, so we're kind of still wrapping up like their priorities, goals, and like their vision statement. They'll be drafting a letter to the gun range, JBCC. And so we talked about coordinating with, the town, like between the towns, DNR, the tribes, NRD, and like all these different, because there's like a lot of groups out there, like Friends of Mashpee Pond, and
Wow.
there's a lot of groups that do water quality testing in town, and it's kind of unclear who does. Well, everybody knows who does what, but the different parties don't know who does what. So I think EOC is going to take on the task of like coordinating the water quality and ponds, like beach sampling, pond sampling, river sampling, bay sampling, so we don't overlap efforts, and see what equipment's out there. There's equipment that just it stays out there to monitor over the long term, and everyone doesn't know who has what. Perfect example, the boat ramp, Baker boat ramp. There's a piece of equipment on the dock, and kind of no one knew who it belonged to. They thought it was the tribes, but it's actually USGS. So that's just a perfect example of that. So that's kind of one of our priorities moving forward. The letter to the joint base for the gun range in opposition, and yeah, that's about it.
How's it going with the open space plan?
We are reviewing it still. I don't know.
Like, because you're gonna issue an RFP, right, for the money?
Yeah, we're gonna be reviewing that still. Probably the next meeting. Then we'll
Okay.
go in depth in that more.
So if you need any, would it be worth it if I got you some examples of RFPs for open space?
That would help, for
Okay.
sure. Absolutely, thank you.
All right, yeah. I've figured out how to find these RFPs by other towns. Combis.
I was online, I was, based on the minutes, Conservation Commission said there was a lot of discussion on Rule 25. This
Yes.
I can't find Rule 25. Where do I find it? Is it a catch-22, or?
So what I would do is I would email Drew McManus. So.
Isn't it all supposed to be on the database? Rules and stuff like that, bylaws?
It is, but not the changes. You want to see the most recent draft.
Okay.
And to get that, because this subcommittee meets periodically, you need to talk to Drew, and he will send it to you. And if he doesn't, let me know, because he sent it to me.
Oh, okay, I'll talk to Drew.
But
I figured it was right in front of my eyes, but I couldn't find it.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, because I found it, and it's buried in a whole big, isn't it a general, wait a minute, it's wetlands.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, did you try to find the wetlands bylaw?
I spent quite a bit of time, I couldn't.
Yeah, you want to ask Drew McManus, he'll
Well,
send you the
this
current,
tur-
and he'll send you the most recent proposed amendment, which might change before
Right.
it gets out of subcommittee.
No, this is the other side. This is the receipt for the signal Flashing sign.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was the last I heard from Ed. He says, oh, they delivered the flashing sign.
Yeah.
It's gonna be put up, you know, and that was the, like the final nail in the agreement, you know.
Past my time, so.
But this is incomplete, right?
No, that's the complete petition.
That's not what you emailed me today. This is part of
No,
it.
that was attached to the rest of the stuff.
Right, so this is not complete. You agree with that?
Yes, it is complete, it's the petition.
I understand that, but
Attached to all the other stuff that,
what you emailed me today, sir, it has a bunch of
that has emails back and forth.
references to the special permit and some numbers and such. I don't see that here. Okay, I'll hang on, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Partake agreement.
Okay.
He's referring to the two sets of emails I gave you. The one was an email, the other was a letter from the neighborhood there. I think the letter probably had the numbers in it. I don't have them now.
Okay.
You guys apparently did modify the special permit. There was a special permit modification number 2. And there was a draft of a number 1, but I didn't see a final for the modification.
March 6, 2024. Let's see. No.
Yeah, it was sidewalks, remember?
Oh, we let the sidewalks, we waived the sidewalk requirement.
Original special permit for all those conditions. This is the original special permit.
Thank you, Tom, I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate this.
Yeah, the darn, as usual, copy machine jammed, so.
Yep.
So the special permit was modified.
Yes, for
Yeah,
to relieve the sidewalks.
Not to construct a sidewalk.
Remember?
There was a sidewalk going nowhere.
Well, there was a
Waiver
lot of
the
things that
required
were
sidewalk.
proposed that we agreed on, and they never came to fruit. You're correct.
Well, everything was in the original
People on the
permit.
neighborhood didn't want the sidewalk.
They didn't want the sidewalk.
Right there.
Other people did. Some of the,
No.
wait a minute,
We didn't
some
have-
of the homeowners did want the sidewalk.
Nobody came.
I'll get a, affidavit from them
Majority.
and
It's
have it
over.
notarized.
But nobody came to say
Oh,
that.
now it's majority. You just said,
No.
wait a minute, let me speak, please.
No,
You just
sir. Wait,
said no one
order.
wanted the sidewalk.
Order.
And then I said I'd get a
Order.
written affidavit,
Order.
and then you said it was the majority.
Sir,
So you
sir,
contradicted
sir,
yourself.
Sir,
Contradicted myself.
Sir.
You don't even live in the project,
sir,
part of the thing.
no, sir.
I have interest to the whole road.
Okay.
It's private property.
Okay.
Have you passed the bar?
Wait, wait,
Are
wait.
you
wait,
an
God.
attorney?
Sir! Order! Order, Mr. Dorsey.
Deadline.
How many
Please.
times did I stick up for you guys?
Excuse
I went
me?
to your house. How many times when the drainage was gone?
Yeah, it's all clogged up right now, the drain, and Jock Moran refuses to clean it out.
Okay.
So my yard is getting flooded again, yep. Thanks
So-
for bringing that up. I almost forgot about it.
Oh. We'll look at all this documentation that Tom has brought up. We've already done this several times, okay? We cannot see a way that the planning board has jurisdiction
We're all through with this.
over this.
Well-
Because it wasn't a condition of the special permit. Now, that's what we'll do. I'm gonna send this all to, our engineer and have him give us a report. He's got tons of reports that he's done on this. I really don't think it's, this matter at this point is out of our jurisdiction.
Okay, you
I'll look
approved...
at, I'll look
Can
at
I
it
speak?
again,
Okay,
but
do I have a turn to speak, please?
you do.
Okay,
But be nice.
I'm trying to
Thank
be,
you.
but
No but.
I'm trying to defend my rights, okay? So, I just lost my train of thought.
So what I was saying was that I don't think this falls under the
Oh.
jurisdiction of the planning board.
Okay, now you brought it back to me. So what you're saying is the planning board can approve a housing project, throw it in the middle of a road, and then is not responsible for their actions?
If the planning board was petitioned to leave a certain part of the road as a dirt road, and we left it as part of as a dirt road, and that plan and that decision was never appealed during that 20-day appeal period, then it's done. It's done. We can't go back and change it unless the person who owns the special permit comes and petitions for a modification. Okay? That's it. We don't have jurisdiction over it anymore, and the time period to appeal it to a judge is gone. So so even though some of us may like really feel for you people and feel that that's the right thing to do, it's not under our jurisdiction. We'll reread it. I'll ask Ed Pesci to look at everything and see if he concurs with what we've come to, which is it's not in our jurisdiction.
Let me ask you, does the Conservation Department have any land for sale?
No, I don't,
not
that
allowed
brings
to
up Article 97. If the town has control over anything that was taken or bought with the word conservation even in the room, you have to replace it with other land, and there's a whole series into a home rule petition by the legislature.
Okay, great. Well, the green property interests of undeveloped land were taken by the Conservation Commission, okay? And now Aquay Highlands is on this property. How does that come to fruit? It's in the computer. You can check it out right now if you want. The Conservation Commission took the green undeveloped interests, all his interests on Blue Castle Drive for unpaid taxes. The Conservation Commission took this property.
Conservation can't take property, that would be the assessors.
It's in the,
The assessors would take property.
the tax, couple days ago, I think it was Tuesday afternoon, I was with the tax officer and the assistant assessor. We all stood in front of the computer, and when he looked it up, his eyes popped out of his head, his mouth opened, and he looked at her, the assistant assessor, and he says, "How could this be?"
So that is definitely out of the jurisdiction of the planning board. I'm sorry, I cannot offer any assistance with that.
Okay, well, so this is it.
That was always the intent with that open space, is it be transferred to the Conservation Commission for protection.
The whole property,
What's the problem with that issue, Tim?
the problem, I think it's illegally, I think I'm not a lawyer, but I have retained an attorney, and he is looking into the matter.
Okay. Okay. So that's our plan. Okay, so we can keep this on the agenda for next time. Will Ed Pesci be back? I'm hoping.
Pretty sure
He
it
said he
would
was only going for a week.
Okay.
But you could email him and find out.
Obviously, he's
He's incommunicado.
All right, let's move on to the,
Speaking of incommunicado, here's his email about the other thing, just so you've got it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He did approve the,
So we're gonna look at everything that Tom brought
Geez,
us.
I'm sorry.
some room back here,
Okay.
that I gotta get skinnier.
Okay.
Sorry.
Likely.
And you have a copy of everything?
Next
Okay.
agenda, I still
put
have
it
an
on-
agenda here.
I'll put it on the next agenda.
No, I'm saying we're gonna talk about my little subdivision, the last 5 homes on the end of Blue Castle Drive. It's on the agenda for this evening.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Okay, so anyways, Historic District Commission, any report?
No, no.
Okay. All right. So I did so we're done with Chair's report, Town Planner report, we already did LCP and HPP. Yeah, and then Tim Dorsey, 5 Blue Castle Drive lots, becoming a subdivision.
That's correct.
That's the other thing, that's the other thing you're on there for.
So Tom, do you have any update on that?
No, it's just that Tim came in the office and he talked about wanting the last 5 lots to become a subdivision, when I told him that they're already subdivided. They were subdivided in the 60s. And that's why there's 5 lots there. So I told him, you want to be another subdivision, just put up a sign.
If what?
Just put up a sign and say, you know, we're, whatever name you want to put on your subdivision.
We're gonna call it the Mary Ernestine Carter subdivision. In 1964, the Lilly Pharmaceutical Company that she was the nanny for years, cut the road, the first house built, they cut the road from Great Neck Road South, almost a half mile, to 102 Blue Castle Drive. Ernestine has passed away and she's laid to rest in the Indian Cemetery right now. And her family still owns the property. And so we have 5 houses there. We're gonna call it the Mary Ernestine Carter subdivision. And that's it.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I'm sure there won't be any conflict with any other subdivision names or street names or anything, so we'll just notify the, once you do that,
I'm gonna document it at the
notify
registry of
fire-
deeds.
Fire chief and the police chief about that.
What's
But it
that
doesn't
about
need-
the police chief?
Yeah, just notify the fire department and the police chief that you've got a name on your subdivision now, and they'll know about it. If somebody calls and says, we're in the, you know, Mary Ernestine and whatever subdivision, they'll know where that is.
Okay,
Once you
great,
tell
I
them.
will.
Yeah.
Okay, that's our last open item, unless anybody else has some report.
I'll make a motion to
Well,
adjourn.
there's some, did you look to the backside of that?
Yeah. We did board meeting committee reports, and we already looked at all the correspondence.
Okey dokey. What do you think about Mr. Clapper's request?
I have to call him.
Update the zoning.
I have to
Okay.
talk to him.
All right, have a good evening. I apologize if I got out of hand.
No, that's all right.
Okay. You're always welcome here, sir.
Good night.
Okay?
Good night.
All right.
What was it, Tim, can you tell me what the name of the subdivision? I want to write that down.
Okay.
have a
Motion, second?
Second.
All in favor to adjourn?